Okay, so I will continue with some more questions on relative velocity. Well, we have done few things. Sorry, you have done this part. We'll continue some more questions on relative velocity. This is what we have done. Let's proceed from here. Okay, this is a question here, and all these questions, this is something you need to do along. So as the questions appear, all of you interpret and solve the question on your own, and then we'll discuss it together. And these are based on whatever you have done in the morning session. Same, all those concepts applicable. And as in a way, it's a fairly simple question. It means that someone thinks sometimes it's not very clear. So let's draw what is happening. If I take in a horizontal plane, they're all in the horizontal plane. This is east direction. Let's do the north direction. Let's say I mark the position of ship A, and ship B is 1,000 meters east of ship. So this is 1,000 meters east. That's the distance where the ship B is. And their velocities are given. Both ships will start moving simultaneously. A having velocity of 10 meters per second southeast. So this is north, this is south. Southeast direction will be like this, 45 degree. So this is southeast direction. And if it already mark, this angle will be 45. This is velocity of A, and velocity of B will be 20 meters per second. So this is in southwest direction. Southwest direction, this is southwest direction, this also is 45 meters. So when they start moving together, they start moving, and question answer, what we need to find, what will be the minimum distance between the two ships. See, if I actually look at this, if I extend the path, this is the path on which ship A will move along, and this is the path on which ship B will move along. Yeah, but and the path cross, but they may not reach at the same point. And see, just see what will happen here. See, if I look at the figure also, by the time ship A has moved this much distance, would have double distance here like this. So B would have moved like this. So B would have appeared to be coming closer and downwards. So it is something. So if I by the time it has moved here, the B would have moved 20 meters. So something like this. It's a complex motion. Such kind of question we can convert. So when both are in motion, it's difficult to understand, comprehend how would motion of B, how would distance between the two will change. Such question we can use the concept of reduce two objects in motion problem to only one object in motion, other at rest. So if I put here, we are observing from the ground. If I observe from the ground, both will appear to be moving. Moment I put myself here, where are you now? If you get onto the ship and you from the ship, you start observing B. In that case, from S to U, A will appear at rest, B alone will appear to be moving, but now to be appear to be moving at different speed with the relative velocity. So that's what the concept is. So we assume frame of reference of A means you have to assume that you are in ship A. So in that ship, that because that is the coordinate system. Now let's see how B will move using the concept of relative velocity. So what we do here to find relative velocity of B with respect to A is VA vector minus VB vector. So we have to find vector difference. First we can write in unit vector form, then becomes easy. So what is VA vector? VA vector will become 5 root 2. I component is positive, J component negative. 5 root 2 I cap minus 5 root 2 J cap. Similarly, I find B vector also. This is a 20 cos 45. 20 cos 45, this will be minus I cap, minus 20 cos 45 because minus 10 root 2 I cap. And the J cap also negative, both I cap, both the components are negative because southwest is pointing in this direction. To find relative velocity, what is VBA, velocity of B as seen from A. So you are observing motion of B from A. If you observe from ship A, this is the velocity B will appear to have. If I draw a figure, this is what VBA will look like. And I can find this angle theta also. Tangent of theta will be y component divided by x component, which comes 1 by 3. Tan theta will be 1 by 3. This is the line along which it will appear to be moving. Advai, up to now this is clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, now it is having uniform motion. Now, can we find, you understand how do you find the minimum distance if the ship B moves along this line? When would the distance become minimum from A? How do you find the minimum distance of any point on the line from A? Advai?
At the point where the line drawn from a
Perpendicular. So basically, if I drop a perpendicular, that's a perpendicular distance. This becomes a minimum distance. If I know this angle theta, and if I know the distance L, perpendicular distance will be L sine theta. So all I need to do, I need to find L sine theta. And here I know these two values. What are the two values? If I draw velocity, this theta here, this term is in terms of magnitude I'm writing. This is downward, arrow indicates direction, and x component is 15 by root 2, and y component is 5 by root 2, 5 into root 2. So basically, if I look at these two sides are in the ratio of 1:3. So this is 1 and this is 3. So if I write tangent theta is 1 by 3, and we are interested in sine theta. If this angle is theta, what will be sine theta be equal to? This is 3 and this is 1, so this will be equal to root 10. And sine theta will be equal to 3 divided by root 10. So I write, so what is the minimum distance? Sine theta is, sorry, sine theta, what I'm saying, sine theta will be equal to 1 by root 10. So 1 by 2 sine theta, minimum distance will be L sine theta, which will be 100 into 1000 into 1 by root 10, which becomes 100 root 10. So that's the minimum distance. And if you have to find how much distance it has to travel till it reaches a point of minimum distance, that is equal to L cos theta. And time taken to reach that point will be equal to L cos theta divided by VBA. So all this part we can solve. So Dhanshri, have you followed this?
No, sir. I really didn't get the sine theta part, though.
Sine theta part, are you not clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's look at this. What is theta here? Theta is the angle made by VBA vector. If this is a vector given, can you find the angle here?
Yes.
How do you find angle here? What I noticed, make it little simpler. The ratio only is important, is it not, for finding theta? So if
Yes,
this is
sir.
1, this is 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I understand from x component is negative direction 3, y component negative direction 1. So how is this vector? This vector is at
Yes,
theta, and we can easily solve that part. This is 1, this is 3, and this is root 10, and this angle is theta. This angle is what I am interested in, and I can find sine theta.
Yes.
Right? Okay. We can solve this. Next question. This is something I have not given an answer. Let's try and understand what happens in this case. So all of you evaluate this question, try and understand, try to look at each option, see whether you understand each part of it or not. And if you have to analyze, how would you analyze this question? Okay. So who would like to explain this question? Okay, Vignesh, have you understood this question well?
Yes, sir, I think so.
Okay, so let's try answer one by one. How about first part? Will the particles collide in the midair or not? How would I check this point?
So like we have to use the velocity of approach, right, sir?
Yes, we can use concept of relative motion. So this is something, if I assume this particle is one particle, let me call this A, and this is B. So basically, what you can use, but when we are talking velocity approach, we are talking about concept of relative velocity when both are in motion. And when it is relative motion, in this case, there is an acceleration also. But is there any relative acceleration in this case here?
No, sir.
So both are moving under gravity. So both have same acceleration. So this is something, since when you take relative, if you take A as a frame of reference, relative acceleration is 0. First thing, what is relative, using relative motion of B with respect to A. So if I use this as a frame of reference, and let's see, so basically what you do, you just imagine you are in this, you are moving at this with this projectile. This is a projectile, you are sitting in the projectile, and you are looking, and you yourself align itself, you take this as x-axis and you take this as the y-axis. So how would motion of B appear to you? And so when I notice here, see, in this case, both of them have exactly the same motion in y direction. Both of them, because both of them have equal uy, and they have equal acceleration anyway cancel out. So the y coordinates will always be equal. Y coordinates will always be equal. That is another thing we understand. Relative acceleration will be 0 because both have same acceleration. So when we take relative velocity, now acceleration is gone. When I take relative velocity, what would be the relative velocity here? Can we quickly find out what the relative velocity will be in this frame of reference and this coordinate system? What is the coordinate system we have taken? I have taken A as a frame of reference, and I have taken coordinate system is x-axis up the slope, y-axis perpendicular to the plane. In this frame of reference, what would be velocity of approach? Jaideep, can you answer what would be the velocity of approach in this case?
2u cos alpha.
2u cos alpha. Very good. Y, what will happen to y component? Y component will
They'll cancel.
cancel out. So in this frame of reference, this particle will appear to be coming directly towards me. And we have done earlier also, we understand condition for collision. Condition of collision is if B is direct. So if I look from here, I will see directly coming towards me. It will be equal to 2u cos alpha. And if it is moving towards you, if this distance is r, it will come and hit you at a time r divided by 2u cos alpha. So this particles, yes, in terms of projectile, if I draw the trajectory will intersect, and not only it intersect, if trajectory intersect, actually they will reach the intersection point at the same distance and collision may take place. Only condition is what has to happen. Okay, if for collision to take place, this time for collision should be less than time of flight. Jaydeep, does this statement make sense? When would these particles collide? The particles will collide at a time for collision will be equal to the distance between them divided by velocity of approach. This is time. But when I take this relative velocity, this is not valid indefinitely. This relative velocity is valid only for certain period of time. Can you tell me for what period of time is the relative velocity valid?
The time of
flight. The moment it hits the ground, velocities are gone. So this is valid only up to time of flight t, and time of flight is 2uy by ay, which in this case equal to 2u sine alpha and divided by g cos alpha. That's the time of flight. So time of flight has to be greater than time of collision, or range has to be short enough. If they are too far, they will not collide. Their ranges should overlap. So that's the condition will happen. So let axis be along the slope. So time of flight for both. Time of flight, both of them will have equal. So both of them have equal uy, and both will have equal g acceleration in y direction. Both will have same time of flight. So time of flight, each particle is same. They collide in the mid-air if they are, unless they are too far. Both particles strike the plane perpendicularly, no, because this will strike, what will happen? See, both of them initially also velocities are not equal. One in different direction, other is in different direction. And what will happen? One of them will have, in one x component will keep decreasing and other x component will keep increasing. So the one will increase, another will decrease. So they will not have same velocity. And will the range of projectile measured on the inclined plane be the same? Even the range also will not be same. But time of flight same. In one case, if I take in this particular case, for range of A will be equal to displacement along the slope, which will be equal to, if I write in terms of t is same. But in case of A, it will be 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 ax t square. For range of B will be equal to uxt plus 1 by 2 ax t square. Okay, here acceleration is in the same direction as the velocity component x component. And so ranges are not equal. So which will have larger range of this is B. B will have larger range, A will have a smaller range. But range is simple. So that is something, so we can understand what happens to projectile fired on the inclined plane. This is more to make you understand use of relative velocity in case of projectile. Now let's look at the same question. The same question, if I take only along x-axis, viewed along axis, this how it will appear. This is separation between them. B will appear to be moving towards A with the velocity VBA, which is equal to 2u cos alpha. Okay, that's velocity approach. Hence, time of collision will be this. Okay, and L is initial separation along the same. So collision will take place if t is greater than this time. That's the time condition for collision to take place. So first of all, when they talk of collision, you see, this kind of questions involve relative motion between two particles. And moment this kind of question, minimum distance of collision, I know I need to solve using relative velocity. So first thing I check, there could be relative velocity and there could be relative acceleration. Bhavishri, can you tell me what is the relative acceleration between A and B?
0, sir.
0. Why is that 0?
Both of them only have acceleration in one direction, which is gravity.
Because of gravitation, since both have, so whenever projectiles are there, both are projectiles, relative acceleration becomes zero. So this question is equivalent to, suppose this question is presented in a horizontal plane. In horizontal plane, one body is moving like this, other object is moving like this. This also will give exactly same answer. So acceleration has no meaning. It becomes simple plane. So relative velocity of A with respect to A, relative acceleration is zero, as both of them have same acceleration. The relative value is the difference between the two if both are simple. So for collision, what is the condition we understand here? If I calculate relative velocity of B, you understand this expression, Bhagishri?
Yes, sir.
This velocity of A minus velocity of A, or velocity of B as observed by A. So this velocity will observe if you place yourself on the projectile A. So you are sitting on the projectile A. To you, B will appear to move in this velocity. And for collision to take place, its motion, if I take this x direction, this is I cap direction, and this is y direction, j cap direction. What should be VBA? VBA should be only along minus I cap. Then only collision will take place, which basically means there should not be any y component, which means both of them should have equal y component. Bhagishri, is this understood one by one?
Yes, sir. Understood.
What is the point you understood? Tell me, repeat that point.
For collision to take place, we shouldn't have any y component.
Why? Okay, y component. Basically, B should only move directly towards A. Is it not? Then only collision will take. If B has velocity, B has velocity, BB is like this, then it will not hit A. Okay, so no y component. And no relative velocity, no y component. And when relative velocity will not have any y component, then both the y components are equal. What is y here? Y is when x is taken along the line joining two. That's what I mentioned, condition for collision. Now equate the y components. This is y component of 10 and this is y component of 20 sine theta. What is the condition? 20 sine theta has to be equal to 10, which gives you theta is equal to 30. I get this value expression theta is equal to 30. So that's the first thing we have found, value of theta. Now second question is, they collide in the air after 0.5 seconds. What is the theta and x? We have to find x also. How do we find x? Let me draw the figure, VBA. What is the VBA figure? This is A and this is B. Y components are equal. What are the x component? This will have x component equal to 10 root 3. VA is 10 root 3 I cap and VB in x component is 0. So what is the relative velocity of B? VB minus VA. So hence B will appear to be coming towards A with the velocity equal to 10 root 3. This is the velocity of approach and the distance is x. And if collision takes place in 0.5 seconds, this into 0.5 has to be equal to x. That's a condition. That's a figure. VBA is equal to 10 root 3. Is that clear? So I hope it's all clear.
Yes, sir.
Lakshita?
Yes, sir.
Now onwards will not be any problem with this kind of question.
No, I will not have.
Will not have. Good. So let's look at some more. This also is important type of question. Collision, but what a displacement in 0.5 second has to be equal to x, and we can find value of x also. This is the next question, and again all of you try and solve. This is I think all of you have done 2-3 questions. You should have. Let me just go through. It's similar. There's a bit of difference here. Now earlier both projectiles were placed at the along horizontal axis. They're in the vertical axis. Doesn't matter. That's the thing they may say. Again, we use using relative motion of B with respect to A. So if you are sitting here as an observer, so you move along with projectile A. Okay, what has to happen for collision to take place? Now this becomes the line joining two. So what has to be direction velocity of VBA? VBA should be directed like this. That's what you need to understand. VBA should be like this. So VBA, if I take this as x and y direction, VBA should be along minus y direction. It means x component of VBA should be 0. It means x component of two velocities should be equal. So earlier when the points were along y-axis, y components have to be equal. Now since points are along y-axis, x components have to be equal. That's the important point. Only thing is similar to previous problem. Only thing there is a change in orientation. And both have same acceleration. So one point is easy. First thing, both are projectile. There's no relative acceleration. For collision, relative VBA should be along minus j cap only. So x components must be equal. What is the x component here? X component here is 5 meter per second. It is along x direction, and this will be equal to 10 cos 60. So 10 cos 60 is equal to 5. That's a condition for a collision to take place, which is already there. So basically, yes, collision will take place. So collision take place. Now, second part is a little different here. Is this is what the figure is. This is figure height. And when does the collision take place is important. Collision take place just before it hits the ground. So time at which the collision takes place is equal to time of flight. Is equal to time of flight. Thus the time will collision take place. So I'll have two ways of calculating. From this figure VBA, I can calculate time of collision. What is the time of collision from here? Time of collision is equal to distance by line, velocity of approach VBA. And what is VBA equal to? Let's do that. So one, and the second thing, I can calculate time of flight either of this projectile or this projectile. Anyway, both will have same time of flight. Okay. So if I calculate, so here height is not known, this I can calculate time of flight. So capital T, this is the time for collision from this figure. And it just when it's about to hit the ground, capital T is from 2 uy by ay, which will equal to 2 into n into y direction sine 60 divided by g. So when based on this we equate, we get this expression. VBA is equal to minus 5 root 3 j cap. This is valid until 1 or 2 hits the ground up to time t. So time of flight of A is equal to root 3 seconds. So they must collide at root 3 seconds, and height has to be 15 meters. Root 3 seconds will call by distance of 15 meters. Dhanshi, what was your answer?
15, sir.
15. Can we solve in other way without relative velocity? Can someone think of a method of solving this question without relative velocity? So we equated two times because in condition was given, it collides just before it hits the ground. So we had taken two conditions, time for collision and time of flight. Is there any other way of solving, finding the value of what should be the height of projection of B so that it collides just before it hits the ground? Can anyone think of another way of formulating equation with which we can find this height h? Yes, Advay?
You can use the range and time equations.
Okay, not range and time, I will tell you, sir, more or less similar. If height is h, what you are saying now, the time of flight for A, that is oblique projectile, and time of flight B from height h should be equal. That's why then only they'll hit at the same point. So basically, I can also solve TA has to be equal to TB. And what is TB is equal to root of 2h by g. And that has to be equal to 2uy by g. From this h is only unknown, we can find. So this also could have been used to solve. So this is what we can do. Next question. This is a little different from the previous one. Let's understand here. Again, let's use relative motion of the plane with respect to shell. So we had where you assume yourself to be, you are on the shell which is fired from the anti-aircraft gun. And if I draw a figure, this is how it is. Let's see if here this gun is fired at angle theta from the horizontal. Okay, if it is fired from the horizontal, this speed here VB of velocity of plane is 200 meters per second. So for see again they are along the vertical direction. So direction of VBA should be along this line, and there's an acceleration also. So first what he had done here, we just write these values here. This is 1500 meters. Important point is this has zero acceleration. Plane is flying in the air. It will keep moving in a straight path. So plane has zero acceleration. And when you fire a projectile from here, projectile may go something like this. And it may come and hit the plane. So what has to happen for projectile to hit the plane? Both of them in a given time interval should have equal horizontal displacement, which means they should have horizontal component of velocity should be equal. Horizontal component of velocity should be equal. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. This should be 400 meters per second. So horizontal component of velocity to be equal, so is VB 400 cos theta has to be equal to 200. That's the condition for collision to take place. So let me write here what is VA here. So I'll just use the condition. Let's write the equation. VA equal to 400 cos theta I cap plus 400 sin theta j cap. Accelerations are not equal. That's important point here. So acceleration, this is 0 and this acceleration is minus 10. So for collision, x component must be equal. So we arrive theta is equal to 60 degree. And what is important to understand here, because sometimes we go wrong, what is the angle from vertical it is asked. So answer should be given as 30. Angle from vertical should be equal to 30. Now second part. If I draw in this frame of reference, unlike previous cases, there's a relative acceleration also. Relative acceleration will be equal to acceleration of B, which is 0, minus acceleration of A, which is minus 10, minus 10 become plus 10. So this will have a relative velocity VBA. How much VBA be equal to? VBA will, we are talking about Y component, which will be equal to 400 into sine 60. So 200 root 3. This will be equal to 200 root 3 and acceleration will be 10. And the distance is 50. Okay, that's how it will move. So suppose in this question you are required to calculate how much time it will take for shell to strike the fighter plane. The time taken would have been based on this. The displacement has to be equal to 1500 for shell to strike the fighter plane. Now second part, VB is equal to 200, so AB is equal to 10. So time for B to reach A. That's the time it will take to reach BA. That's the time it comes to from S to EP plus 1 by 2 AT square. Now, second part here, what should be the minimum muzzle speed? See, horizontal component cannot be compromised. What is necessary? What is the minimum condition? What basis did you calculate, Ahlad? What basis did you calculate minimum muzzle speed?
Sir, H max should be equal to 1.5 km.
Yes. So Y component of velocity should be such that maximum height it reaches equal to 1500. X component has to be equal to 200. That's a condition for minimum muzzle speed. So as long as X component is same, it will keep moving, it will have same X component, but it must reach that height. So if we fire with minimum muzzle speed, it will hit the fighter plane when it is traveling almost horizontally. It will hit the plane at the highest point of its trajectory. That's the condition. So minimum speed, X component has to be 200, Y component just sufficient to reach a height of 1500 meter, which is 100 root 3. Based on this, we can calculate. So your answer, that's what your answer is, which is right. Okay, so I hope some of you have followed. So I'll stop here.